figures out his sound here on the rundown. It's our Tuesday show. We're going to have lots of special things coming for you. I hope you like Taco Tuesday, because we're definitely Taco Tuesday. Just still can't hear Craig yet, so we're still waiting. Still waiting for him to run his tests, hit some buttons. He's got all the little things he has to do there. Starting to get you, Craig, like you're breaking through, like you're on an ice planet and you got a chisel, and we just heard the first sound coming from the cave. Not yet. No. I was like, and then it was gone. And but we're still waiting for it. So we could do the show without Craig. I mean, listen, it'd be a. I know most of you have been asking that for a while. The show without Craig. Way it goes. Let's see if he says something.
Okay, let's give it a try now. How are we sounding?
Yeah. We got you. It's not the best, but we got you.
All right. Well, let's see if we can figure this out. Welcome to Taco Tuesday, y'all.
It's raining tacos from out of the sky. Tacos, no need to ask why. Just open your mouth and close your eyes. It's raining tacos. Raining tacos out in the street. Tacos, all you can eat. Lettuce and shells, cheese and meat. It's raining tacos. Yum, 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 yummity yum. It's like a dream. Yum, 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 yummity yum. Bring your sour cream.
Okay, let's see how we're doing today.
We got you got peaking static, Craig, is what we got coming through.
How about now?
High peaking. Let's try again.
How
Say
about
again.
now?
A little bit better. Getting better every time.
I don't know what is going on with my sound today. Have to apologize. Have to apologize, folks.
Just keep the voice low and you'll be good. Every time you speak high, we peak.
I will keep it at a reasonable tone. How about that one?
There you go. That's perfect.
Oh, well,
now you
okay,
sound
wait.
good.
Now I see what the problem is. How about that?
No, now I can't hear you.
Now you can't hear me?
Now you're talking too low.
Oh, such is my life. Such is my life. Well, at least we're figuring it. We'll get it figured out sooner or later.
Hold that right there. Hold that right there. You're
There
perfect.
you go. Folks, welcome to the rundown. That, as you can tell, if you're watching the show 3 o'clock Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern, you can tell this is live. Welcome to live, folks.
That's it. Welcome back to the rundown. My name is Mike Pierworski, coming to you live from the East Coast, the coast with the most, from the co-host with the most here on the rundown. 2A views, conservative news, and we got Craig.
You got Craig.
We got Craig.
I am.
We had a little moment on Arms Room Radio this weekend where we had some audio difficulties, and you try to fix them as quick as you can to get back on track, but that's what happens live. Everything works perfect until you hit the start button.
Well, exactly. And it's worse when like you use the same sound equipment. So I have a whole mobile setup, right? And my problem with my mobile setup is it's the same setup that I use when I'm here. And so I was recording an event and changed all my audio setups and all of my audio settings, and then got here and I was all set up, the camera and everything, and I was just sitting up here just kind of reading and reviewing and doing stuff. And then I realized I had not set up my soundboard. Like with 2 minutes left.
It happens.
Yeah. 2 minutes left. I realized I had not set up my soundboard, but we figured it out. How you doing, sir?
There we go. Not too shabby. Getting by. Making things happen, Captain.
That's a good thing. That is actually a good thing to hear. So let's go ahead and get into the story, the show, and we're going to start it off the way we usually do with a quick shout out to our sponsors.
Yep, Hitman Industries, hitmanindustries.net. Get yourself some AR barrels. They got rifle caliber, pistol caliber, anything like you desire. That's hitmanindustries.net. California Republican Assembly, fighting the good fight behind enemy lines. Now you could take part in California's future today. If you want the best in tactical concealed holsters on the market, get on over to hogholsters.com. That's HAWGholsters.com. Use the discount code The Rundown. That's all one word, no spaces, all caps. Get yourself a nice little discount. And if you want the best in field gear, tactical gear, web gear, law enforcement, security, fire, EMS, personal gear, whatever it may be, get your group together, get your agency together, place an order at uscombatgear.com where you can get everything except the gun.
That's right, folks. Also, I want to make sure to get in a couple of plugs. He was talking about the show that he does on the weekends, Arms Room Radio. That's right, it's Arms Room Radio. You're going to want to check this out. This is got to be the funniest Second Amendment show. Well, we're a Second Amendment show, but we're not solely a Second Amendment show. So, but it is hilarious. You got Mike, you got Earl, you got Jason. It's a phenomenal program. Make sure you check it out. What's the time that it is live, Mike?
3 to 5 p.m. on Saturdays, but if you go to iHeart, Spotify, SoundCloud, you can listen to it there. In fact, the show I just posted up was from 2 weeks ago, and we just kind of went off the rails. It is you make sure you got a seated cushion, absorbent cushion when you're listening to this show, because you're going to pee your pants.
Okay, all right. With that, okay. If you're interested in reviewing something where you're not going to pee your pants, then you need to check out the 2A newsletter. You can find it at 2anews.us. This is the place to get all of your Second Amendment news. Whatever stories are going on the daily basis, Monday through Friday, you'll get it sent directly to your email box. Just go to 2anews.us, click on the subscribe here button, put in your email address, and you will be hooked up. And then finally, I want you to encourage you, buy a book by yours truly, Uncommon Sense on the Present State of American Government and a Return to First Principles. It is my first venture at writing a book. It's not a huge book. It's only a pamphlet. It's only it's less than 30 pages. But trust me, there are some real nuggets of knowledge and wisdom in this book. You're going to want to check it out. You can buy it right now on Amazon. Please go there, buy it now. Also want to encourage you, by the way, we make it real easy for you to find our sponsors. All you have to do is follow the links in the description to this program. Just go there, check them all out, spend some money with them. And when you do, make sure you also let them know that it was the guys over at The Rundown that sent you.
Hey, we just want to say how proud we are of Craig writing this book. Considering he's just conquering the reading part, this is a huge step for him.
Yeah, still working on the reading thing. Not exactly my cup of tea. The
problem is he reads California and he has to write English, so it's hard. It's hard.
Well, there you go. You have found me out. Anyway, also, if you're watching us once again during the 3 o'clock hour, once again, you're watching us live, 3 o'clock West Coast, 6 o'clock East Coast, and we are taking your comments. We would love to hear what you think about the program, what you think about the topic. We'd love for you to share your pearls of wisdom, unless, of course, it is that you disagree with us. Now, I'm not saying that we don't want you to do that, because that would actually make it very, very interesting. It's just, if you disagree with us, chances are, well, it's just going to give us an opportunity to mock you.
Oh, wow, was that a mockingbird?
Man, is that a mockingbird? Is that a mockingbird?
That mocker.
What a mocker.
What a mocker. He's a feather mocker.
He's a feather mocker. There you go. All right, folks, let's go ahead and get into today's program. And I've always said one of the things that I enjoy the most about President Trump, well, let me clarify. It is both one of the things I love the most and one of the things that sometimes can be the most frustrating is that, well, he has got to be the best troll we have ever had as a president. And when I say that, I don't mean that in the sense of, okay, yeah, he's a monster under a bridge. I mean that in the sense of in the internet where he knows exactly what to say or what to do to get under people's skin. And clearly, Iran has been getting under his skin because they keep saying, "Oh yeah, we want peace. They keep alluding to him that they want to do an agreement, and then they turn around, they don't do an agreement." So President Trump decided, you know what, I'm going to troll them, and he decided to put out a map today, which included the Strait of Hormuz as a property or a territory of the United States, and he did that before he announced that, we got no talks set up with Iran. We're done with them. Anyway, this is a report over at the New York Post. It says President Trump doubled down Tuesday on his claim that the Strait of Hormuz on behalf of America, posting a revised map of the area on social media that labeled the waterway new U.S. territory. Trump posted the image on his Truth Social site before claiming in subsequent posts that the area had been cleared of Iranian mines and no further talks with the Islamic Republic were scheduled. The president initially revealed the possibility of permanent U.S. presence in the strait during the Friday event on Long Island. Quote, after we finish defeating Iran, which is being very badly defeated, pretty soon I'll be declaring the Hormuz Strait a territory of the United States, Trump said while stumping for Republican candidates in New York's gubernatorial and congressional elections. During the same event, the president insisted that ensuring Iran could never obtain a nuclear weapon is worth paying, quote, a tiny little bit more for your gasoline, adding, I'll never apologize. I did the right thing. And number one, I happen to agree. I do believe he has done the right thing. I do believe, I will still continue to say this. I don't understand why they were not better prepared in terms of how to deal with the Strait of Hormuz, because this should not have lasted this long. All that having been said, I just think it's excellent trolling, because in the end, the thing that caused us to lose the Vietnam War was, well, first of all, we didn't lose the Vietnam War. It was the media pushing a public perception that we were losing the war. And Donald Trump is having none of that.
Yeah. So talking about how to deal with the Strait of Hormuz issue, it was to draw a picture. I think the Strait of Hormuz at one point is 6 miles wide from the north side to the south side, and then it runs east and west. The northern lane, I believe, is the entry lane into the Gulf. 2 miles wide. It is completely mined by the Iranians. They've mined it to keep people from entering into it. Then in the middle is a 2 mile buffer zone, almost like a DMZ kind of thing. And then the south side is the eastern bound exit lane. So the straits were completely mined on the north end. You have to understand, mines are passive technology. There's nothing electronic about them. There's nothing that they're magnets and bombs is all it is. Whether they're floaters, whether they're suspended, or whether they're on the bottom. We have that technology. American has the technology to go and get rid of all those mines. It takes a while. Our technology is completely such where we don't have to put divers in the water anymore to solve that. So rather than put people at risk, put sailors at risk, they did it with our new technology and went through and finally cleared the lane. So we no longer have a need to even talk to the Iranians, because we were going to make them clear their own lanes. And now that we've cleared it for them, we own the Straits of Hormuz. Pretty
much. And I am sure you're going to start to see, well, first of all, some traffic has already been flowing through the Strait of Hormuz. And yes, we note, if you had not noticed, that there had been a significant reduction in the cost of gas, or the cost of oil and gas and whatnot. I want to say about a month or so ago was when we started to see that reduction. Now, has it gone all the way down? No, because it's not flowing the way it normally would. But for those of you here in California, you'll notice it hasn't gone down as much as it normally would, largely because we also saw a bump in the cost of gas this summer as the gas tax, which automatically goes up every year now, bumped up another 60 cents.
Lucky you. Yeah, I saw a video today where it was $8.59 a gallon. Somebody had showed
in one place. Yeah, that'll actually be one of our parting shots.
Okay, gotcha.
We will be discussing that. But you know what is really how do I put this? There are people who are dead set on, they hate Donald Trump so much that they're rooting for America to lose.
Yeah.
And
yeah, that's how bad the TDS is.
Yeah, that's how bad the TDS is that they really would love to see us lose this battle. They're not interested in America winning. And what's funny is by every reasonable standard, by every way in which you would measure success, we are winning or have won this war, with the exception of, once again, taking a while to get the Strait of Hormuz open. I mean, that's literally been the only sticking point. And yet you would think that was the entire war. You would think they destroyed our entire Air Force and that our entire Navy is at the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah, and listen, their mine facilities, their mine making facilities, launching facilities, recovery facilities were all there at I call it Klingon Island, Kang Island, all destroyed, 100% gone. So, if we see more mines show up out there, it's because they duct tape some firecrackers together.
Well, and I'll tell you, I think that here's the one thing I will say, because you mentioned about the demining thing, and I'm wondering if during the ceasefire they actually were still continuing to remove mines. I'm assuming that they were, and it was just an opportunity for them to be able to do that. But I also do know that was when Iran took some time to go ahead and replenish or get replenished. Get replenished with both drones as well as missiles. I just wish we had just powered through the bombing campaign.
Yeah, well, I at a certain point, I think the bombing had to let up because we were out of military targets, really, and then it was time to go after government targets, and I think that's where we are now. The mines are cleared, the military targets are gone. If you want to continue to play, we'll start taking out your government targets. There you
go. It ain't rocket science. That's what I guess it is kind of rocket science. I'm no military expert, but what I do know is that America, how do I want to put this? We want simple, quick wins, and we don't want to sacrifice anything. And so that is in part, once again, how in the media we lost the Vietnam War was because it was the first first big war that was fought on television, right? Every night in the news. And they never, the media, being who the media is, the mainstream media, were not interested in showing the successes of the United States. They were more interested in depicting how bad it was. I still went back and I've read a couple of books on about the Tet Offensive and how, interestingly, how much of a failure it actually was, but you would not know that by the media reports.
Oh yeah, Tet was a huge loss for the Vietnamese, the North Vietnamese. But again, it's how the media portrays it, and if it bleeds, it leads.
Right. Well, exactly. So, anyway, luckily now we have. I want to put this. Luckily now we have alternative media. We have the ability to actually look and see things. You go straight to the internet now with AI and all that. Try and figure out what's real and what's not. But at the very least, we have an opportunity to see a different perspective of things.
And listen, it's kind of coming full circle. We're at the point now where we could block that footage.
Yes.
Right? We're not letting people in with cameras. Those that are on the ground on the other side, their infrastructure's been put off. Right. Their internet's gone. Their TV's gone. So we're seeing kind of almost, a near blackout footage of things going on in Iran.
Right, and I'm really, really hoping that we will eventually start to see some sort of an uprising there in Iran. Because while I don't believe that we should be involved in regime change, I definitely would like to see it.
Yeah, and I think we will start to see it because this week I saw that the inflation was such there that the people there can no longer afford to eat, and when that occurs, you're going to see some issues.
Oh yeah, that you most definitely will. Speaking of issues, once again, another thing. We spend a lot of time on this show, I hate to say this, reporting to you guys stuff that I think many of us already knew to be true, but it's like just now, all of a sudden, the facts and the data and the information is starting to come out. And this has to do with Eric Swalwell and him basically admitting that he had sex with a Chinese spy named Fang Fang, or last name Fang. In any case, newly declassified documents have revealed that Eric Swalwell admitted to having sex with a Chinese spy. It says there are files declassified by President Donald Trump and former Representative Eric Swalwell and the Chinese spy known as Fang Fang reveal that the disgraced ex-congressman admitted to the FBI that he had a sexual relationship with her and that the Bureau attempted at one point to recruit her without her knowledge. The documents prove the United States government was aware of the suspicious relationship between Swalwell and Fang since at least 2014, years before Axios broke the story in 2020. A zip file of documents labeled Rusty Thumbs after the FBI's codename for Fang was published on the White House Election Integrity website on Monday, along with the following synopsis. The FBI developed evidence that a Chinese woman with direct ties to the country's intelligence service had potentially compromised a Democratic congressman from California with sex, foreign interns, and illicit donations while she was being recruited to become a bureau informant a decade ago, according to a bombshell memos that expose another threat to America's political system from Beijing. Now, what's funny is that he has just flat out, and other Democrats just flat out denied that Fang Fang is a thing. Like, who's Fang Fang, right? And then they tried to run this guy as for governor of California. Now, knowing that, why didn't somebody just get him out of the race earlier?
Look over here, Craig. Don't look over there at Newsom. Focus over here. Don't watch what's going on.
Right.
You know, it's all about distraction, right? And listen, everybody, I think, just assumed the affair with Ming Ming was factual. And
okay, that's Fang Fang. You getting kind of racist there. Ming Ming and Fang Fang, two different people.
No, that's Ming Ming is actually one of the Wonder Pets.
Pets,
from whatever. Yeah, Ming Ming.
That was like a panda. So like Ling Ling. No, that was Ling Ling. Ling Ling.
Now I'm gonna have to look. Way to go, Craig. Now I'm
There's Ling Ling is a panda. Yingling is a beer.
Yingling is a beer. Yeah. We don't want to confuse that. And that's from Pennsylvania.
There you go. Wait, the Chinese have taken over Pennsylvania?
No, it's Yingling. You have to understand the people in Pittsburgh, they talk weird. So
okay.
They get their own like weird Appalachian thing they do there.
Okay.
With the yins and stuff like that. Yeah.
Okay. I'll take your word for it. Anyway, folks, and by the way, he is not the first, and he is not the first. And let's also be honest. There have been Republicans who have been caught up with the Chinese. They spend a lot of time, energy, and effort on human assets here in the United States. They plant them as students. They plant them as interns, as raising money for political candidates, and right and left. But he's the most high-profile person that has been caught with a Chinese spy, sleeping with a Chinese spy.
Yes, that's correct. Oh, I'm sorry. Ming Ming was the duck on Wonder Pets. I just sent you a picture.
Ming Ming was the duck on Wonder Pets. Yeah. Okay, hold on. Let's pull up Ming Ming. Let's take a look at Ming Ming. Okay. Okay.
Not racist at all.
How did you send it?
As a picture in Messenger.
In Messenger. Okay, yeah, you didn't use. Yeah, I can't pull up my regular Messenger. You have to use Apple Messenger. Or not Facebook Messenger. I'm sorry, Facebook Messenger. Yeah, do that, and I'll share the picture of Ming Ming maybe when we get to parting shots.
Okay, sounds good.
All righty. Okay, here's one that's actually being put out there by Center Square, and it says sheriffs and NRA oppose requiring training for gun purchases. Now, a lot of people out there are like, well, why would you be opposed to training? Well, if you're someone who watches the show, you know why we say we're against mandating training in order to own or possess a firearm or to carry one outside of the home. But once again, this piece over at Center Square reads, Colorado's gun control law that went into effect last week is receiving widespread pushback from many notable organizations in the state, including 2 county sheriff's offices. And the National Rifle Association joined a lawsuit against the governor for enacting the bill, which requires purchasers of semi-automatic firearms and rapid-fire devices to get training and be certified before using the guns. Colorado legislature officially called the General Assembly last year passed the gun control bill, which took effect August 1st, 2026. Senate Bill 25-003, titled Semi-Automatic Firearms and Rapid Fire Devices, was sponsored by Senator Tim Sullivan, a Democrat from Centennial, who said that the legislation was intended to prevent mass shootings. Now, I'm trying to figure this one out. So is he saying that if you get training, you won't engage in mass shootings? Or they'll teach you, okay, now these firearms are not for mass shootings. So don't go around and try to shoot a bunch of people with these guns. Is that how the training works, Mike? I mean, you're the firearms instructor. Please help me out with that.
I think his statement couldn't be more widely interpreted if you try.
I'm not trying for wide, I'm trying for wrongly.
Yeah, he has not been very clear on the intent of his statement. I think what I would gather from any of this is that training indicates a sense of responsibility, and then it just reinforces that responsibility.
Well, here's what I'm going to say to it is one, puppycock. Absolutely. It's a way in which to create a barrier, right? They're trying to make it so that you aren't able to access it. What I find interesting is, first of all, just fundamentally, requiring training in order to exercise a fundamental right is just flat out wrong.
Right. Yeah. Agreed. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
But we talked about this before.
Yeah.
The difference between the ceiling and the basement level of training and what you get.
That's the other thing is what usually winds up happening is whenever the government passes a mandate, that mandate is meant to be a floor, but it never is a floor. It always turns into a ceiling, meaning people think, well, if I get that training, then that's all I really need because the government says that's all I really need. And so people are a lot less likely to get training.
Yes.
Anyway.
Yes, so that's the case. That's the case.
And that's the reason. That's the reason why. That's the reason why sheriffs oppose it, and it's obviously clearly the reason why NRA opposes it. But once again, they are not against training. To be very clear, they're just against mandating it.
There you go.
Anyway, it ain't rocket science, but who knows? All right, moving right along, and this, I gotta say, this is one that really kind of, I got a lot to say about this particular issue. So every once in a while, I get a story from this website called Study Finds, right? You ever heard that? You're like, Study Finds XYZ. Well, in this particular case, a study finds that 4 in 10 fifth graders say they need mental health care. It says here, nearly 4 out of 10 fifth graders in a large California study said they had needed mental health care, going by their own answers about whether they got help from a counselor when they needed it. Most were 10 or 11 years old, young enough that adults usually decide whether the child needs that kind of support. Researchers behind the study, published in the Journal of Mental Health, drew on survey responses from 19,132 fifth graders across California. Among them, 39% gave answers that pointed to a self-identified need for mental health care, a share worth pausing on, given how rarely children this young get a direct say in the matter. Now, Mike, I'm going to let you tell me your thoughts on this. Now, first of all, it's a California study.
Yeah, listen, I mean, this might as well just be the trans issue as well. I mean, when you go to the fifth grader and ask them what they want, I would like a bowl of ice cream and mental health care. I mean, they don't know what they want. They're fifth graders, right? They're 9 years old. All right. You're going to a 9-year-old and you're asking, what do you think you need? We'd like to ask you an educated adult's question and see what you need. And you tell me the answer. And we're going to say it's the gold standard. It's ridiculous. And By the way, whoever created this study, they didn't spend a lot of time in class as well, Craig. They with the whole math issue, 4 and 10. Why aren't we saying 40 out of 100? Don't you reduce your fraction? Shouldn't we be saying 2 out of 5 rather than 4 out of 10? Just the headline alone makes me think I'm talking to an uneducated person here.
Well, here's what I will say. If you are constantly telling kids that you're either oppressed or you're an oppressor, obviously if you're white, you're an oppressor. If you're black, you're oppressed. If you constantly keep telling them that you can change whatever gender you want and who you want to have sex with, and you start showing them pictures and images of dolls, showing them with interchangeable, body parts, like, you can be whatever gender that you want. If you constantly keep telling them that the world is going to end in the next 10 years because of climate change and global warming, if you constantly keep telling them, asking them about their feelings and taking every little piece of drama like that goes on in their life and you keep turning it into trauma, it's no wonder these kids need to see somebody, right? If our kids are or in this case my grandkids, if they're messed up, it's because of all the stuff that we do to them and say to them. And how do I know this? Because it's California. And they do all of this stuff to them. They push all of this stuff on them. They keep talking about mental health and feelings and yada, yada, yada. And they get them so caught up in their feelings and then at the same time, they ignore facts. Yeah, no wonder the kids feel kind of messed up and like they could use some help, because the people who are supposed to be protecting them spiritually, mentally, and physically are abusing them spiritually, mentally, and physically.
Yeah. And remember, Craig, it's not California, it's California.
Or Cal Unicornia.
California.
California. He's Californian.
Sunshine.
Sunshine. Yep. That's the truth, man. Anyway, I just don't know what to think with these folks sometimes, man. I will go back to it. I had a conversation with somebody about this, and I said this. I'm not saying that mental health isn't an issue. I'm not saying it's not something that we need to pay attention to, because it is, right? But too often the pendulum has swung, and by the way, we spent too much time ignoring it, but now the pendulum has swung the opposite way, and we're taking we're taking drama and we're turning it into trauma. And that ain't helpful.
It's like having the New England Journal of Medicine written by 9-year-olds. Yeah. We went to 9-year-olds and asked what the opinion was, and now we're going to say that's okay. Well, here's the rule.
Right.
Come on.
All right, folks. Well, that now brings us to our parting shots. Parting shots are brought to you by Hog Holsters. Just go to hogholsters.com. Use the discount code The Rundown, all caps, no spaces, one word, and get your hog holster today. Okay, our first one here is going to come. Mike actually dug this one up. We were talking about gas prices a little earlier. Well, that's what gubernatorial candidate Steve Hilton is talking about here as he visits Texas.
So we're in Texas, we're on the road, just filling up with gas. Look at that, $3.59. We was just in LA like 2 days ago. What was it, $8.59 or something? It's on the video we made. It's just infuriating. So when I say we're gonna have $3 gas in California, you got $3 gas here. Even with the Iran war, what are they doing? They are crushing working people and small businesses in California with these extortionate gas prices. And that's gonna change when I'm governor.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, he just needs to add a little more bass to his voice.
Can I bring up the etymology of the word gubernatorial real quick?
Yeah, go for it.
Why is it gubernatorial? Well, if we elect them to be the goober, I mean, it should be the gubernatorial race, not the gubernatorial race.
I do not disagree with you. Don't disagree with you one bit.
Yeah,
but it is what it is.
I mean, you got a goober for governor now. Maybe that's why. I mean,
touche. All right, this next one here, well, let's just say I don't understand why it's so difficult to define what a woman is. And, all one has to do is, look at Kindergarten Cop.
I am not a biologist. How can I be expected to define what a woman is? If you think you know how to tell the difference between a man and woman, please speak up.
Boys have a penis, girls have vagina.
And we talked about this yesterday. This is why nobody takes the WNBA seriously.
Right? Come on. All right. I don't expect athletes to be intellectuals, right? But you're telling me you're playing the Women's National Basketball League and you can't tell me what a woman is.
Listen, I've never been a woman before, but I could tell you I've been a man and been a young man, and at a very young age, a man can tell the difference between the parts. So
right. Well, but see, there are other ways that people are able to determine gender, like this.
Lady got mad at me because I misgendered her baby. We were in a long line. I said, hey, she dropped her binky. She was like, you mean his binky? He's a boy. It's obvious he's a boy. He's wearing blue. Boys wear blue. And the best thing about this conversation is she had on the blue cardigan. So I was like, you know what? You're right, sir. I apologize. I didn't mean to ruin this father-son moment. He didn't like that one bit. He was very upset about that. He tried to hit me, but I was wearing a pink shirt. I was like, you can't hit a lady. No, no, no.
there you go. It makes as much sense as anything.
Yeah. But, you know, here's the thing. And then there's, so Nick Freitas, who I love this dude, he's always defending Donald Trump, but he had to correct somebody who was attempting to defend Donald Trump's, the president's record when it comes to women.
Well, I think Bo here thought he was doing something clever. He tweeted out that if Donald Trump really wanted to take away women's rights, why did he appoint so many women to cabinet-level positions as well as other strategic appointments within his administration? And what Bo is failing to mention is that not a single one of these women appointees have a penis. So as far as the left is concerned, they don't really count.
Craig, there's a reason I heard from the Democrats that Donald Trump appoints so many women to his staff because in trying to save the federal government money by appointing women, he could pay them less.
Yeah. Except I checked their card because they're probably out shopping.
It's not true.
It's not true.
Yeah,
it's not true. Not true at all. Hey, I got a couple of images here from screenshots or headlines here from the Babylon Bee, fake news you can trust, that I wanted to share as well. The first one here, DFW Airport installs hijackers only screening line. I wonder who's going to fall.
Get him a little fast lane. Yeah.
I wonder who's going to fall for that one.
Yeah, exactly.
And then finally, following our lead story today, Trump claims Strait of Hormuz for U.S. unveils floating golf course.
Yeah, Trump actually has 36 championships on that course. Yeah,
36 championships on that course.
Yep.
Oh, dude, you're killing me. You're killing me.
I can send you those pictures or that page link if you want to put that up. At the end.
Okay. Let me go. There we go. Let's go over here. All right. Well, you sent it in regular Messenger. Let's go over to regular Messenger.
Yes.
There we go.
Well, Craig is looking it up. He's got this concentration look on his face.
Well, yeah, because I went over to Facebook Messenger and tweeted there, and then I had to go over to the other one. Here we go. Ming Ming Duckling is an outgoing and confident. She recently learned to fly. What is the Nickelodeon universe?
Ming Ming.
Ming Ming. Is Ming Ming any relation to Feng Feng?
Probably. I mean, yeah.
Does Ming Ming drink Yingling with Feng Feng?
Well, now that she's older, probably.
Now that she's older. All right, folks. Well, that brings us to the end of our program today. But before we go, let's go ahead and give one more quick shout out to our sponsors.
Yeah, let's say hi to our good friends at Hitman Industries, hitmanindustries.net. Get on over there, get you some AR barrels. They got rifle caliber, pistol caliber, any length you desire. They also have a full line of pistol, rifle, and shotgun barrels from all other rifle, pistol, and shotgun manufacturers. That's hitmanindustries.net. California Republican Assembly, fighting the good fight behind enemy lines. Now you can take part in California's future today. And if you want the best in field gear, tactical gear, web gear, law enforcement, security, fire, EMS, personal gear, whatever it may be, get your group together, get your agency together, place an order at uscombatgear.com where you can get everything except the gun.
That's right, folks. Please, as I said earlier, please take a moment, visit our sponsors by following the links in the description to this program. Go there, check them out, spend some money with them, and tell them it was the guys over at The Rundown that sent you. That's going to be it for today's program. We very much appreciate you tuning in. We appreciate you liking and sharing the program and encouraging your friends to do the same. We will be back tomorrow on Hump Day. Till then, y'all have fun, stay safe, and we'll see y'all mañana.